What's going on, everybody? So today we are starting on the big project, the 93 turbo wagon that we're going to be doing quite the engine swap. So let me show you guys what we're working with here. So right now it's all stock. This thing is super clean. I picked this up from a guy who works by my old work. This thing has 140,000 original miles on it. And the guy thinks it has some sort of head gasket issue because it seems to be losing coolant. I posted pictures of this on our Instagram and stuff like that. If you guys aren't following it, you should go check it out. But I have a guy coming to buy the automatic transmission and the rear diff and everything for a swap for his car. So that's what I'm working on today, is I need to get the automatic transmission out. You can see pretty low miles. This thing is just super nice. So I'm really excited for this. The plan is to first get a full 6-speed swap from like a GD STI. So Brembo's, the whole swap, everything to swap it to 5x114. So first we got to get all the automatic stuff out, sell that stuff, pull the motor out. I'm still not sure exactly which power plant we're going to be going with because I got a few different options, but it's kind of a secret right now. So you guys will have to stay tuned for that. But today we're just taking it apart and get all the stock stuff out, which did work. It did drive here. The only thing was it's kind of losing coolant, so it overheat. So, but yeah, pretty excited for this. Let's get going. All right, making some progress here. Got the radiator out. All the stock intake stuff. Just got a pile of old stock parts here. None of this is really getting reused. This radiator is full of rust, so that's what came out of it. It doesn't look like head gasket crap. It looks like rust. So I don't know. Still, I'm getting an aluminum radiator anyway, so that's all going into the garbage. But I'm just trying to work on getting everything disconnected. I got all the wiring disconnected in here. This is a little rusty, so I'm gonna have to sand this down and repaint it. I'm thinking about just painting the whole engine bay once I get everything out, because I'm gonna be doing an ABS delete. I'm trying to keep AC, but this one is R12, so I might have to convert it. But right now I'm just trying to get everything disconnected over by the bell housing. So it's got all the wiring. Somebody put the knock sensor up here for some reason, so that's not encouraging. There's a lot of sketchy stuff I found on this car that some people have done over the years. I got all this fog light wiring I'm going to be taking out, because I do have a friend who has some OEM like JDM fog lights, so I'm going to get a set of those and get rid of these PIA ones or whatever, which only one of them works anyway. So but yeah, I need to get the exhaust off and get the transmission ready to pull. Also need to get this compressor off. I'm just going to kind of lay them over on the sides, and you know, for now, until the engine's out, and then I can deal with all that stuff later. Worry about converting it, and I'm probably going to the STI power steering pump system. So all this is getting taken out anyway, like the whole subframe's coming out. So just trying to get rid of anything I can and just take everything apart. So maybe let's get started on that exhaust. Okay, so got the AC kind of pushed off here to the side. I ended up just taking this whole bracket off, and then you can unbolt it from the bracket once it's out. It makes it a lot easier. Got the power steering kind of sitting off to the side. I got most of the downpipe bolts off. That top one broke off. There's one more on the bottom I can't quite reach. So I think I'm going to leave it here for tonight. Just pack up all the parts and everything and put them in the back. I'm working on the starter and all that kind of stuff, but I'll do that for, like I say, that for tomorrow. And we'll just kind of keep chipping away on this thing. We'll get the engine pulled out, and once the engine's out, we can get the transmission dropped down pretty easily. I think I might just pull the manifold so we can get to those torque converter bolts pretty easy. And because the guy's coming next weekend to buy the transmission, so I got to hurry up and get this thing out. All right, so I just took the intake manifold off. That just made it a whole lot easier to get to these flex plate bolts here. So there's 4 of those, so I just took all those off. This thing's pretty disgusting, so there was like a nest and a bunch of mouse poop and all kinds of stuff, so vacuumed all that stuff up. Just got the all the bell housing bolts are off. Obviously the exhaust is off, and we'll just kind of leave everything else attached. Got the motor mounts off, and then now we're ready to hook up our engine hoist. You can see here, I just left everything attached to the intake manifold, so just pull the whole thing off in one piece. The whole harness and everything comes with it, so pretty easy. So we're gonna support the transmission with the jack. The guy's coming tomorrow to get this, so I'm out here at night working on this thing, trying to get it out as fast as possible. And so yeah, hopefully this goes smoothly. Got the engine out. Tranny looks pretty good. Torque converter almost got stuck to it, but I got it, so I stayed in there. I already drained all the fluid out of it, so it's ready to go to its new owner once I get it out of there. Here's the engine. This little thing was fighting me. I hate these stock heat shields, but this is our little VF11 turbo. Just a little guy. I think it's still good, but I obviously have no use for it. Probably going to be rebuilding the block and doing some sort of hybrid. But I think this thing has a head gasket issue, so we'll find out once we get in there, but I wouldn't doubt it with the type of crap that came out of the coolant. But a lot of it was just rust, so I think, yeah. So that might have something to do with it. But this will be for another day. We'll get this taken apart and put on the engine stand. Get ready for some machine work, because this thing's gonna be a beast. I did end up breaking my grill. So this thing was already broken before, so now it's really broken. It broke in half. So, gonna be on the lookout for a new white grill. Might end up painting this engine bay, I'm not sure yet, but I'm trying to keep all the AC stuff intact because it did still work. So I didn't damage my condenser here at all. So just need to get this transmission out of here and the rear diff just in time for tomorrow. Okay, so we got the transmission out. I didn't get any footage of that because, I mean, it only took about 5 minutes. It just basically popped the axles off and left the subframe on it, unplugged everything, and then just kind of slid it back off on a transmission jack and lowered it down. So kind of forgot about filming that, but there it is. So the guy's coming to pick this up today. We also snagged the rear diff out, so all this is out. So we got this sitting over here. So he's gonna buy the starter, the rear diff, which is in super good shape. It's a little rusty on the outside here, but it's super clean. Obviously this is a super low mile car, 140,000 miles, which is pretty rare for these things, so he's psyched to get a good working transmission for it. But yeah, now we're down to basically a shell, so I'm gonna start cleaning it up, start working on the engine bay, cleaning up the wiring. Once we, I'll get the whole front STI subframe, so this whole subframe's gonna come out. Thinking about deleting ABS. I might paint the engine bay. We'll kind of see how it goes. If I can get enough stuff out of the way, we might paint the bay, just recoat it white or something. But yeah, it's really coming along. I'm excited to have a super clean wagon. This thing's super nice. It's got a couple paint defects in the back and stuff, but for a touring wagon, this thing is super nice. So really excited for that. But that's gonna be it for this video, is taking this thing apart. Next time we'll probably be working on the engine bay, getting the wiring cleaned up, or maybe picking up the parts from the STI. So, but yeah, if you guys want to keep along with this build, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.